All right, everybody, let's talk about the NBA on January 2nd. Starting off with the Heat and the Pacers. Pacers won the game 128-115. Let's start with the winners. Tyrese Haliburton had a very solid game with 33 and 15. Miles Turner had 21. Pascal Siakam had 18 and 11. They shot an impressive 53.1% from the field goal line and 42.5% from three. Now to the Miami Heat, who put up 115. Bam Adebayo, nice game from Bam Bam, 20 and 8. Tyler Hero gave him 17. Solid performance from Hero. Butler only gave him 9 on 3 for 6 shooting. They shot 57.3% from the field and 42.3% from 3, so a very solid performance there. Matched them in rebounds. The Pacers just had a little bit more going for them. Tyrese Haliburton, great game. And as most people have seen, Jimmy Butler basically requested a trade after the game in his press conference, saying that I don't think I can be happy again playing with the Miami Heat, and I'd be happy almost anywhere else. So that's the development. We've been hearing about the Jimmy trade rumors for months now. We hear the Warriors, we hear the Suns. It'll be interesting to see where he actually goes. Next up, we have what I consider to be the game of the day, the Boston Celtics versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Boston came out with a 3-point win, 118-115 over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Derek White had 26. Jason Tatum also had a very, very solid game of 33, 8, and 9. They shot 50% from the field and 38.6% from the three-point line. The Timberwolves, on the other hand, got 27 from Julius Randle, only 15 from Edwards, 20 from Naz Reid off the bench, and also a 12 from Dante DiVincenzo off the bench. Not Ant's greatest game, 5 for 16 from the field. Missed the shot at the end of the game that would have given them a tie game. But, you can't make every shot. You can't have a good game every game. Nice performance from Julius Randle. This Minnesota team's been interesting in the way that they've played this year. What's really interesting is Minnesota won the rebounding battle by 10, and they still lost. Next up on the docket, we have another really, really good game where the Brooklyn Nets took a 3-point win over the Bucks, 113-110. For the Nets, Cameron Johnson had 26. Cam Thomas also had 24, so that's 50 points just between the two of them. The Brooklyn Nets were actually up most of the game by a lot, and the Bucks made a 20-0 run near the end of the game, which made them even in contention, but they couldn't quite pull up the comeback win. Nicholas Claxton also had 16 and 11, and D'Lo had 11 and 12. He left near the end of the game with a cramp. Hopefully he's all right. But another solid game for D'Lo to start his career. Well, his second career in Brooklyn. For the Bucks, Giannis had 27, 13, and 7. A nice game for him. Dame also had 23 and 7. But he did have a really slow start. Only shot 6 for 20 from the field. Bobby Portis, Bug-Eyed Bobby, also had 15 and 8 off the bench. Nice little game from him. Bucks just came up a little short. And the Nets honestly aren't the worst team in the world. They're a bad team, but they're one of the better bad teams in my opinion. Next up, we have not so close of a game. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder beating the Los Angeles Clippers by a score of 18. Clippers are down to 19 and 15 on the year, while the OKC Thunder improved to 28 and 5. What a start by the OKC Thunder. I think they're on a franchise record, 11 straight wins or something like that. Let's start off with the winners, the Oklahoma City Thunder. At halftime, it was actually a close game. I think it was only divided by 2 or 3 points. Clippers were shooting well in that first half. But overall, Shea, of course, comes out, gets his around 30, gets 29 and 8. J-Dub gets 18. And all around, they had a whole bunch of people score. It wasn't just one guy. Of course, you have Shea, but you don't just have your 2 or 3 guys that score most of the points. As for the Clippers, usually an all-around effort. They're also missing James Harden today. It's hard when, you're missing your best player. Well, both your two best players, but Kawhi should be back for the next game, and I'm guessing Harden will be back as well. Be interested to see what this Clippers team can do with both of them. Anyway, for the Clippers, their leading scorer was Amir Coffey with 26. Norman Powell struggled badly. 1 for 11 from the field, 6 points. They kind of needed him to do anything. Mo Bamba gave him a nice 12 and 8 off the bench, but it just wasn't enough to beat the best team in the West. Next up in the next two games, we have some masterclasses by the old heads. First one is the Golden State Warriors and Stephen Curry beating the Philadelphia 76ers 139-105. The 76ers are now only 13 and 19 on the year. Golden State improves to 1 game over 500. Let's start with the winners. Curry had 30, 10, and 6. He also shot a perfect 8 for 8 from 3. I think that's the best he's ever done in his career without missing one, is 8 straight. They didn't get too many points from anyone else. 15 from Green, Wiggins, and Schroeder. They got 20 off the bench from Kuminga, who's been really solid for them as of late. They also got 12 out of Moses Moody, probably in garbage time, though. 76ers, on the other hand, got a solid performance out of Joel Embiid, 28 and 14. Maxey only had 14, shot only 4 for 13. And Paul George gave him a nice 19 on 7 for 12 shooting. Overall, though, the 76ers only shot a 42% from the field and 29% from 3, while the Warriors were shooting 60.9% from the field and 56.4% from 3. Just a blowout. And last up on the day, we have the Los Angeles Lakers beating the Portland Timberwolves 114-106. Lakers improved to 19 and 14 and now have a better record than the Los Angeles Clippers. The Portland Trailblazers moved down to 11 and 22 on the year. Let's start with the losers, the Portland Trailblazers. They got a decent second half performance from Anthony Simon. He ended up with 23 points. Shadon Sharp also had 19, started off the game hot, but kind of cooled off as the game went. They also got 19 out of Denny Advia and 18 out of Kamara. Off the bench, they also got a nice little game from Scoot Henderson with 12, 8, and 5. They shot a cool 50% from the field and 34.6% from 3. The Lakers, on the other hand, got a masterclass from LeBron James with 38 and 8. They also got a career high from Max Christie, who has been developing really well this season. They got 28 out of Max Christie. They also got 15 and 11 out of Austin Reeves, who's been on a, I think, 4 or 5 game streak now with 10 plus assists. The Lakers shot 45.7% from the field and 34.9% from 3. Won the rebounding battle by 1. Overall, it was a blowout for most of the game, but the Lakers held it together at the end. Trailblazers tried to make a run at the end, but it wasn't enough. And that's it for today's games. A couple good games, some nice performances, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.